Greetings, I'm Jamie Meyer, and I just wanted to give a little more description or perspective on this Unblocking Power class that I'm teaching. This subject, the idea of I'm aware of some kind of blockage in me, an energetic blockage that keeps me from accessing my bigger powers, my vision, my hopes and dreams and loves and joys, etc. This is a power that every human being has in them. Everybody has these blocks. It's not like a personal flaw or something's wrong with you or whatever. It's just part of being a human being. But the shamanic view of this is that this work, which sometimes is called shadow work, like working with the shadow. This comes out of Jungian psychology, the idea that we repress certain powers in us, but they keep operating on us, and they kind of make decisions for us from the unconscious, and we don't know about it. This is why people will have like repetitive things happen in their life, like relationships or incidences in their life. It's like, why do I keep having this stuff happen to me? Because these powers are making decisions for us without us knowing it. And they're lower powers, So, let me give you an example. So the shamans call these powers spiritual parasites. And Jose in his book lays out, and there's many ways to look at this, but he lays it out like this. There's 7 spiritual parasites. Here they are. Self-deprecation, big one. Arrogance, which is kind of a hidden one, but super powerful. Martyrdom, which is also a huge one for us right now, and people don't talk about it very much in a clear way. Impatience, self-destruction, greed, big one, and stubbornness. So these are the 7 parasites, spiritual parasites, that we will kind of work on in this class. Everybody has all 7, but everybody has a primary one and maybe a secondary one that is the one that just is like working them, their whole life. I've always been worked by this self-deprecation my whole life. The self-deprecation or this impatience or whatever. This work, the best approach to it, in my view, is there's 2 streams that we work on with this. There's what I call the analytical or intellectual stream, and this is what people work on in therapy so often. Identify these patterns, kind of try to find a word or a phrase to describe them, work on them, bring them to consciousness. It's great work. In my view, though, there's another area that's very, very helpful and often forgotten, unless you're doing shamanic work. And that is I'll call it the shamanic work or the ceremonial work or the prayer work. And there's this energetic element of this. The shamans view these powers not as an abstract intellectual concept, like, oh yes, I have self-deprecation in me. They view it as a spiritual parasite, an energetic pattern that has been embedded in the body, usually when we're children. And so it's not a personal flaw. Like the self-deprecation that might drive so much of my life is not a personal flaw. It's not me, I just have to get over it. It's an energetic pattern that's been there my whole life. And so thinking about it and analyzing is great and can be very, very helpful. But there's this other side, the healing side, the energetic side, and that's what this class focuses on. So that's why we use the book to help us in a really easy, good, practical way with the ideas, because Jose's book is just great. And then the class moves into ceremonial work, so we'll do some direct ceremony and healing in each class. And then I'll give you some techniques, practices, some tools, prayer work, shamanic journey work, etc., to use to work on this energetic part, which is where, in my view, I don't want to say where the bigger clearing happens, but where clearing of these energies is really helped by doing this other energetic part. That's what the class is for. So the class has all these, other parts. You have the book, you have the class itself. The coming together in the Zoom class is also really helpful because this work is so big and there's so many variables and brings up a lot of questions for people, individual questions. But it turns out that like the questions that you have that you think, this is just my individual specific question, turns out that everybody has the same questions. And it's really helpful to have these conversations in class. That's why, if possible, I hope you'll join the class live on Zoom so you can be part of that discussion. You don't have to. We'll record every class, and if you can't take the class live, it's still really helpful to download the videos and work on your own. But that's the value of coming together as a group also, and having some conversation. Hopefully, because of my experience in this, I'm able to give you some clarity, etc. And then the healing work is really, really helpful. So, yeah, that's the guts of this class. I'm really excited. Every time I teach this class, I get really excited because I think it's so helpful. There's a lot of stuff in the world you can study, a lot of, techniques and, all this stuff. And shamanism is such a big word. But this particular stream of work, if you want to really get at building your power or uncovering this power that is in there and it always keeps getting subverted, this is the work. This is the work that everybody has to do as a human being, I think. It's the work that, for me personally, shamanic training and work has really helped with. Not to say it's the only way, but for me, it's been really, really helpful. So it's just really big work. Really, it's not easy. It's not easy work because it takes you into, some of your own darkness. That's another reason to be in a class, and it's another reason to have the ceremonial bubble as part of your work because it helps support you. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling on it now because I'm just kind of excited about the class. So I hope that gives you a little bit more insight or just ideas about, what you might be getting into. And I'm excited to welcome you to the class. So thanks so much, and many blessings.